What up, hotheads? I'm Henry, and this is Blaze the Roof. This week, we're reviewing a sauce named Little Dick's Big Flavor Ghost Pepper Pear. I know this is a joke there somewhere. The company's called Little Dick's Sauces. The founder is a guy named Rich Mandero. I guess he's Little Dick. The city it's out of is New York City. There are a ton of things we could talk about in New York City, but this city comes up frequently. I've covered it ad nauseum, so if you want to learn more about it, find one of the others I've done on it. So, same thing with famous people. There's too many to name. Let's get straight to the packaging here. We got Little Dick's here, which has actually a very cool stylized chili pepper. I assume that's a ghost pepper. And a pear, which makes sense because it's a ghost pepper pear. Little Dick's has kind of like a faded font to it. And hot sauce fresh from New York City. On here, it also says, born in New York City, Little Dick's sauces are prepared with natural ingredients that give you big flavor and just enough heat to add some zing to any dish. Try Little Dick's and you'll discover big things. Do come in small packages. Let's have a look at the ingredients now. The ingredients include pears, rice vinegar, honey, onions, lemon juice from concentrate, mustard, kosher salt, red ghost pepper puree, cilantro, garlic, Carolina Reaper pepper, puree, turmeric, yellow mustard seed, black pepper, cumin, cinnamon, ginger, coriander, and allspice. I'm expecting this to have a little bit of a Caribbean feel to it. I was going to say Indian until I saw the allspice. So this tells me this probably has more of like a Caribbean flavor. The feature for this week, since we're talking about New York, I think there's one of the most beloved things out of New York City is New York style pizza. So it is traditionally hand tossed, and the pizza ranges between 18 to 24 inches in diameter. They're covered with a thin layer of tomato sauce that's usually somewhat sweet and shredded mozzarella. From there, you can add other ingredients, but that is your base for a New York slice. The dough is high in gluten, and there's something about the water supply in New York City that people attribute to the flavor of their pizza, their pastries, their bagels. There's something in the water, right? So apparently there's minerals that set the dough apart from most other places. I even know that there's places that get water from New York City and import it. I believe Home Slice does that. I know Home Slice tries to mimic the New York style pizza as much as possible, although their pizza is a little bit thicker. But yeah, it makes bagels, pizza, etc. all better. So the New York slice is alleged to have originated at Lombardi's, and the invention of the gas pizza oven extended bake times, removing more moisture from the crust, giving it a longer shelf life and better reheatability. It's definitely different from the Napolitano pizza. Napolitano pizza. I don't know, I can't say that shit. Which is probably your more traditional Italian pizza. Yeah, this is definitely much different, but, to each their own. One thing is, the pizza, the crust should be flexible. You should be able to fold a New York slice in half and eat it that way. Before we get any further, let's hear from this week's sponsor. At a certain age, we all need a proctologist. Get one that has your back. Look to Dr. Phil Urectum, MD. The MD stands for mild discomfort. Just kidding, the discomfort will be great. Dr. Urectum uses the latest in proctological technology by using the kaleidoscope. With the crack team on hand, you know you'll get the most wholesome experience. Located between Butt Stuff Barbecue and Pink Castle Bleaching. Dr. Phil Urectum, a wholly seasoned expert. Now for the moment of truth. Smells like a Caribbean sauce. Smells very heavily of red vinegar, or the apple cider vinegar, whatever vinegar they use. Smells very heavy of vinegar. This clocks in at 6.9 thousand SHUs, or 6,900, which means that it should be a very mild sauce. I'm expecting to be packed with flavor and lots of spices. It is very fluid. So even though it has ghost pepper and Carolina Reaper puree in it, it's probably very little of it. So it's probably not going to make much of an impact. And it's a brownish red, almost a brownish yellow. It's interesting. Okay, well, here we go. Cheers. A little bit more sour than I thought it would be. There is a little sweetness to it, but there's more sour and mustard flavor to it. Now we're getting a little bit of the heat. So I'm still going to say it's a lightweight. It is very flavorful, though. And I guess you could taste the pear. That's the sweetness. So yeah, you taste a little bit of sour, probably from the vinegar, because I think there's a lot of vinegar, and then sweetness from the pear. And a slight little burn. So it did take a little while for the burn to come in. So I guess that is the ghost pepper and Carolina Reaper. But it came in at the very end and didn't come up by much. What would I put this on? Again, because of the sweetness, but with the sour, I was just thinking to myself, I was going to buy some Jamaican food. This would be great on some Caribbean food, especially like some curry goat. This is perfect with that. Maybe some oxtails. I think this would go great on that. Any kind of chicken, any kind of pork. Veggies, if we have plantains or whatever. I would say this kind of sauce could even be used on like South American dishes, maybe more like, Honduran. You got pollo en tostones, you got plantains, white rice. This could spice that up a bit. Due to the sweetness, you're not going to put this on too many savory things. You're not going to use this on Italian. You're not going to use this on... Probably not going to use this on much else. The only closest thing would be Indian. And again, they got mango chutney and shit like that too. So maybe even Indian food. Because the curry, there's a lot of spices in Caribbean and in Indian that correlate to each other. So, okay, would I have this in my rotation? I'm not a big fan of Caribbean sauces, even though I love like Scotch bonnets, but it's just something I don't get around to eating as often, or as making as often, say like pasta, because that's just easier to make than most other things. So I'm gonna definitely use the rest of this, because this is a very flavorful sauce. For being lightweight, it does pack a lot of flavor. Next week, we're going to review a sauce from a company called Double Comfort, and that sauce is called Seeing Double. Until then, I'm Henry, and remember, spice up your life. Take care.